just to cut to the chase on these. Okay, my first equation is y equals x minus 2. And that will be y-intercept is 0, -2, and then I go over. And the second equation, when I solve for y, I get -x plus 6. So the y-intercept 0 is 6, and then I go down, over, down, over, down, over, down, over. Oh, sweet. What's the answer? Yeah, the mistake somebody makes is they'll do all this work and then they just won't write the answer down. And they'll say, well, you can see it. I'm like, it's not a problem for me. It's a problem for you. You got to write the answer down. You got to tell me you know what that means. So yeah, you better put something down here. Okay. I like it. So what about this one? These aren't too bad. Here y is 2x minus 4. Is that cool? There it is. Yes? No? Yes? Maybe? So then the y-intercept is 0, -4. And I would go up to? Over 1? Up to? Over 1? Up to? Over 1? Yes. Oh. So both the 2 and the 1 are positive. Right? So what that means is, what's the positive direction, up or down? Up. What's the positive direction, left or right? Right. So positive 2 means go up. Positive 1 means go right. If the bottom was negative, I would go back. So rise up, run forward, or fall down, run back, if they're negative. They're both positive, so go up and over to the right. Yep. Is that cool? Plus, it's a positive slope. I know the line has to have an upward trend. So if I make a mistake, I could just look at the result and go, shit, my line's pointing the wrong way or something. What about this guy? I just have to subtract 4x on him. What's his y-intercept?
0, 2.
2. And then where am I going to go from there? Down 4? Over 1. It's a very gratifying feeling, right? You do that and you hit a point. I gave you number 4 so you see what it felt like to not have it happen. You're like, I didn't like it, Chuck. So what's the answer here, sorry? 1, -2 kick ass. And again, if you plug that point in, it works in both. That's the way to check it. 3 was a little bit weird, but the beautiful thing about math is once you understand an idea, that idea cannot really change. It's fundamental. The situation could change.
What's the point on that last one?
Say again? Oh, sorry.
The point.
1, -2. So here, sure enough, when I do both of these, they end up having the same slope. Is that cool? Subtract 2x over. So one's got a -1 y piece of his y-intercept, and then it goes down to over 1. And the other one's got a 2 y piece of his y-intercept down to over 1. So, holy shit. Alright. That line was left out in the sun. If the answer is where they meet, then what's the answer? Well, I like the honesty. No solution. And again, we've seen no solution is the end result. When I have x equals x plus 2, subtract x, is 0 equals 2. No solution. So this is the 2-dimensional analog of that. They don't meet, and the answer is where they meet. There's got to be no solution. I like it. Okay. All right, this one is a little bit frustrating, I understand, but at least I solved for y already for you, right? So this one's one's got a 2 piece and then a down one over, and down one over, and down one over. Jihad. And then this one's got a -3 y piece and an up 2 over 1, up 2 over. See how it skipped up? Can you estimate what the answer is?
3.5, 5. 1.55.
Maybe like 1.5, 0.5? Jeff, you can make a comma. There you go, buddy. Sure, right? The best we can do is estimate. Because there's limitations, and so that's why it led into this question. What are some of the issues? Ugly number answers. I'm using ugly in the general sense. I don't think any of the numbers ugly. Other issues would be just weird slopes or weird scales required that makes it a little bit harder. But really, the number one issue is, what if your answer is like 7.2893? I ain't getting that answer from by hand. I can't be that precise. So, skipping this. I was going to do the example with you, but I already did the example with you earlier. How do I do this guy? I know that y is this.
Times -5x.
So then I can replace y with it. So I can rewrite the first one as x plus 3 times y, but I know y is -5x. I really want that idea to be as simple as it is. That's why I call it substitution. Where am I at? E equals -28. So then I get x minus 15x is -20. Yeah, I get -14x is -20. I get x is 2. We need to divide. I like it. And then what's y?
-5 times 2.
-5 times 2? -10. Once you know one letter, you can plug it back in to get the other. I like it. What about, what's wrong with this guy? What's he need a little help with?
Getting y equals x minus 4.
Oh yeah, you can do that. Wow, that was really, I really reacted to that. The little bit easier one is just to add y. So I would do this, I would make x equal y plus 4. But you could solve for y either way, doesn't matter. So then you could subversively replace the x. I always think about like, this could be just me, but I always think about invasion of the body snatchers. So I'm going to go up and replace x with something that is also x. All right. That's like the old school one, by the way. So this will, so now really, you guys with me? So I can rewrite, use what the second one information says inside what the first one does. So I'm using both pieces of information at once. So I can rewrite the first one how? 3 times y plus 4, because that's what x is. X is this, so I can rewrite the first one as 3 times y plus 4. That's what x is. Plus 2y, good. Right? So what's the first equation say? It says 3 times x plus 2y equals 27. That's what I wrote. That's exactly what I wrote, because x is this shit, right? Yeah, and then you start to simplify, to reduce, solve it. There it is. And to solve this, you distribute. That's the way math works. This should be the easy step, right? Combine your like terms, subtract the 12, you get y is 3. And I know that x is y plus 4, so x is 7. Right? I know x is y plus 4, so once I know what y is, I know what x is. How do I write that? Uh-oh, shit. 7 is x, 3 is y. Okay, we know that. It's got to be x comma y. What time is it? All right. You got this. Yes.
So for x minus y equals 4, you can solve for either x or y?
Yes. So, real quick, if you would have done it the other way. So I solve for x. So the first answer I got was for y. Because I replaced the x stuff with the y stuff, so that's the variable I had left was y. So if you do it the other way, so I think Spencer, you had this suggestion earlier, right? Said y is x minus 4,
Yes.
right? And then I have to rewrite the first one out. 3x plus twice x minus 4 to see if we get the same thing.
So you skip one step, right?
Sorry,
You skip one step.
I skipped a step. What step?
Y equal x minus 4. So before is negative y.
Well, no, I just did this thing I was talking about before.
No,
No, I added y, subtracted 4.
no.
Sure, yeah.
What?
So if you subtract x, you get negative y equals negative x plus 4.
That's what I
Divide by
said.
negative 1, and you get x minus 4.
That's what I
Okay.
said. You skip.
I didn't know, because I showed you the shortcut. So then you get 5x, I can add 8, equals 35, so x is, that sounds familiar, right? And once I know x, y is x minus 4, so y is 3. Bless you, bless you. Same answer. I like it. I like it. I'm gonna do this last one next time, because I got a, wonderful meeting today with a group of people that can tell us if we're allowed to keep giving degrees. No pressure. Yes? I'm sorry, what are you looking at?
This.
77 to 83.
You don't have it.
77, 78. What do you mean? Of course you do.
We end with 70. And this one.
Oh, interesting. So it must be a relic from before. So just forget the last part of that.
Okay,
I have to double check
what-
it.
let's say there's something adding.
I didn't start it.
Oh, crap. Okay, I gotta, yeah. Did you email me? So those are from when I taught 90 last time, and I just forgot to put the new stuff. Yeah, you're right.
I didn't find it.
I'm with you.